Hey guys, Aubrey here, Grumpalovagus, with another planner video. Sorry if you hear barking. I've got a boxer right behind me. So, I had filmed a couple of videos earlier in the week, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to upload them just due to certain reasons. I have lost the ability to really edit. Oops, just hit the tripod. Really edit in any significant manner like I used to be able to. I know you can do it like through the YouTube like app or program or website when you're uploading, but it doesn't have a lot of the functionality I'm used to. So I mean, I could edit some little bit of stuff out, but these, for the most part, are not going to be edited at all, so sorry for any loud noises or barking or all that crap. So, I recently, not recently, I got it in, I think, January, as a Christmas present for myself. I got a Foxy Fix. I believe this is like the ocean color. It's a lot more teal than I thought it would be, but it is still pretty. And I thought it was going to be more of the color of the inside lining, like it was going to be this pretty kind of bright blue, but it wasn't. So I had an unboxing video and a setup video and everything. I just lost the ability to edit them into a coherent video before I lost my computer that was able to do all that stuff. So unfortunately, I don't have any of that. But this is really nice. I really like it. It's really thick. I mean, it's like really thick leather, and it's like lined, and then this has the like the inside pouch, which is like a giant wallet. I got the largest size they had because I was going to use it, and I'm using it for my bullet journal, which is currently the Rhodia Goal book. Now, I have this shoved into the back pocket because it doesn't really do so well on the straps that they have. I had it on an elastic, and then I don't know if you can really see it that well, but it is starting to rip the binding, and that was because it was on the elastic. As soon as I moved it from the elastic and put it in the back cover, as you can see, I've just kind of shoved it in the back cover. It was fine, or the back pocket, I mean, so I just have it like that. And I got this right before they started doing the custom fit ones, you know, that don't have the elastics. Whoops, oh, sorry guys. I did have a regular size traveler's notebook, and so I got inserts for that, but I just couldn't handle the smell because of the dye. The color I chose made in the dye they used was just, it really didn't make it self-usable to me because of the smell. I couldn't take it. I was very sensitive to it, but my mom loves it, so I just gave it to her because it wasn't anybody's fault. It was just my nose being sensitive. So instead of letting these inserts go to waste, I've just stuck them in here. They are properly stuck in the elastic. And if I did, I'm thinking about transferring over to the Perfect Fit ones that they have. Just for my bullet journals, because I have this one and I have a Leuchtturm, right, because I can speak German. But anyway, yeah, saying that word a lot today. Sorry, folks. But they should both fit in the same thing. And just to make sure, I was going to find out which one was slightly bigger and have the measurements put to that. And then I would get the pockets like this again, or I don't know if they have a straight or whatever, but then I would just stick these guys into the pockets, and this guy can go in the pockets too. So it's not that huge of a deal to me. I don't need the elastics. It was just something that was kind of nice to have. The reason for this, the real reason for this is because I just finished my June spread. And I was so excited. I wanted to show everybody because it's not as horrendous as they have been in the past. Yay! I've been doing this now for almost 6 months, and this is a level we've escalated to. You know, it's not the best. So I wanted to write something down. We have the Strawberry Festival, and I'm in Ohio, in a really small town near Columbus in Ohio. And we have a Strawberry Festival from the 1st to the 3rd in June. And I wanted to write that down. And I realized that I hadn't set June out yet in my bullet journal. So it prompted me to go ahead and set up the month. Now, what I do is I have my month, and this is my last month, and I was just really eclectic. I had a little pattern going on with the colors, but this month I just decided to kind of do it like more standardized. So I did the outline in blue, and then the horizontal lines are purple, except for the outline ones, and the vertical ones are orange, except for the outline ones. And then I did the little boxes in the green, and I really like the bright colors. And then I just kind of decorated with little dots and, you know, like 90s, like flicky paint stuff, you know. I thought it was, even though it is still bright and colorful and probably people would say immature, it's a lot, like, I can't even discern what pattern I was doing, but there was a pattern, I assure you. So I figured it looked a little more professional, at least. Not that anyone at work is going to ever see this, except for maybe my BFF at work, Miss Susan. But what I do is I have the month, like I said, and then I go into my weeklies. So they're laid out like this. Sometimes I don't usually do that because I do have to work on Saturdays generally. This is more what they're usually like. And then I've decorated up there a little bit just so it's not blank space. But then after all that, I do my journaling. So what I do is when I'm setting up my new month before the end of the previous month, I like to guesstimate and leave blank pages for how many I'm going to need, because I can usually get 2 to 3 per page. And then I use the amount of days left in the month to help me determine, you know, how many I should leave blank. So then I set up this guy, and then I continued the pattern kind of. I used these pens were they're not, sorry, they're right here. They're not Pentel, but maybe they are Pentel, I don't know. They're Papermate Inkjoy. They're these guys. You get them in the 20 pack or, the 20 pack or whatever. These are 0.7 though, and I don't like the fat tip. So these are kind of set aside for like decoration pins and stuff. And I decided I was going to give them another shot today in my actual setting out my layup, but they aren't bright enough, they aren't vibrant enough for me. This is kind of like, the color is rich, it's there, it's just that I do not like the level of brightness. Like, see how much this pops, this is really bright, this is pretty, this is alluring, it's attractive to me anyway. I mean, some people would think it's like whatever, you know, but I can't I'm not a black and white girl. I'm a color person, and I like bright colors. Because I used to be really, I guess it's not really because, but I used to be really into like the dark navy blues, and you know, the depressing, my goth phase was blue. I still absolutely love blue, but I'm more of a bright, I wouldn't say I'm a cheery person, but I'm more into the bright blues and turquoises and stuff. Which is why I was a little disappointed in this, but it's still a very nice shade, and if I put it up against some certain things, the color really comes out and looks blue instead of teal. But I don't think I'm going to be using these guys to plan anymore, just because of that. Like, I will use them like I did here. Like, this is acceptable because it's, it doesn't look as drab and dark because I've used like different colors and kind of brightened it up a little bit. So for coloring and decoration, it's okay, but to actually draw in my layout, I'm not going to do it anymore. Just forget it. So then I continued this over. I forgot that first is on a Friday, so we have extra days. I'm like, okay, we'll just go with it. And then because my layout has changed after school, I'm still kind of deciding what I want to do with it. Because I used to have a school section instead of the notes, and I don't need as many notes as I did for school. So I made that section a little bit smaller. There's less spaces on the right, so those days are bigger. And I really, like, this bugs me a little bit because there's only one space between there. But I like it when it's really like when this line hits like the middle of the other day, where it's kind of got that staggered. I love that, and which was what was happening. If I can find one, that was what was happening when I had my school, like this one. See how it hits like right. Dang, like I love that. It would bother some people. It probably does bother some people, but I'm not like a line type of gal. Like, let me see if I can find another better example. Yeah, but see, just like stuff like that. You know, this line hits in the middle of that. So, I really love that. So it bothers me that there's not a whole lot of gap between there, but at least it's not a straight line. Ugh, that would drive me nuts. So yeah, like I was saying, so that's why I kind of, this one's slightly different than the other one, or the other two. This is the second layout, so it's slightly different because I was still kind of work out the bugs, decide what I wanted to do, because I had extra space because I didn't have to have the header over here. And then I continued that on, my little note section, my little decorations, week 3, same thing. And then I decided, there's only 6 days left in the month, I decided I was going to try something new. I've never tried to fit an entire week onto one page before because there isn't a whole lot of room. So I decided, even though there's a day short, I would try it and see how it works. And I think I like it because I feel like this is going to encourage me to use the entire box, and I can write itty bitty. It's actually how I prefer to write, but I have pens I've gotten specifically that make me write bigger, but I do have one that I really like, and it lets me write so tiny. So I would have to commit to using that only to write in my stuff in my planner, but I'm okay with that. It is something I carry in my purse, so it's not like I'm going to have to be scrambling around to find this one elusive pen. So I think I might, for July, set it up a week per page and see how that goes. So it would be similar to this. I think they're going to be like one row shorter, so that I can fit in 7, and then my note section will be itty bitty at the top, and then I'm just going to, instead of going horizontal with the month, I'm just going to write at the top, kind of like that, and not put the dates because they're next to the days. So I've decided maybe I'll move into that, and this is another pen that lets me write tiny if I use it right, but it does have kind of skippy ink, so I wasn't sure if I was going to use it. But that is my June setup so far, and then once I do my journaling, it's gonna start right here, and then I try not to do decoration pages unless I have to. But let's do a quick, let me see what time I got. Okay, I still got time. A quick flip through. So these are bags I really want. Tokidoki Jujube bags. I heard about them from Graveyard Girl. Obviously, I don't talk to her directly. Ha ha ha. She's in Texas and everything. But she gets them as PR sometimes. And I was like, ooh, those are cute. I need a cute bag in my life. A cuter bag in my life. And so I was looking into them and I found this pattern. It was dropped on December 5th. And I think I found it like in January, so it wasn't too long after it had been released. But it's called Rainbow Dreams, and it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The background looks light blue, like a sky blue, but somebody said it's kind of a darker teal. But as long as it's not super dark, which it doesn't look like it would be, I'm so in love with it. And it's got, see, a lot of people are like, oh, it's got Donatella, and it's got the unicornos, which I love the unicornos, and the donut people are cool too, and these little cactus pets, they're awesome. I'm not the biggest Hello Kitty fan, but I can deal with it. But I'm really excited about Pom Pom Purin. It seems like nobody likes this poor guy, and I know he's supposed to be a golden retriever, but he'll always be a pug to me because he looks like a fat little pug. I've never seen a golden retriever that fat in my life. Not even the fat ones, especially not when they're puppies. So to me, he's always going to be a pug. So absolutely love him to death. I'm a big dog person, and I have a pug of my own, which you might hear snoring. So these are some of the bags that I wanted. I want to get one of the backpacks, the Be Right backpack, absolutely. And I'm thinking about the Hobo Bee bag, and I want to get the fuel cell, definitely. And I was thinking about maybe getting a diaper bag instead, even though I don't have a baby, because you could take out the stuff and just have a lot of room. But I watched some videos and they are pretty big, so I think I'm just going to go with the Hobo Bee. And then I also want to get the trifold wallet without the red zipper. So, yeah. And then, so I don't use table of contents. I have no need for it. Just because I would have to open to that and look and see what page and turn it, and it's just easier. By the time I figure out what page it's on and flip to it, it's easier for me to just like whoop through it and find it. So I don't really use this for anything. So I just started a pen test page right here, which I'm probably doing wrong. And then you got so many table of contents. It's ridiculous. But I do love this paper, and I think I might, depending on how well I like the Leuchtturm, I might stick with this. I don't know. So then get some of this, the forward planning, yada yada. And here is my first, my intro page. I do this thing where I just randomly squiggle and doodle and have random lines, and I really like it. It's because I can't really actually draw very well at all. As you can see, I can't even make straight lines. But so I will doodle because it helps me to concentrate, and it helps me, if I'm bored or whatever. And so I just did that in different colors, and that's my first intro page. Because I didn't want to just leave it blank. I wanted to do something on the first page. But see, I have what I consider an artist temperament, but not the ability to actually deliver in order to satisfy that need. So I'm really into writing and doodling, and I'm musically inclined, but I'm just like, it seems like I'm spread over a lot of different things, so I'm not amazing at any certain one thing, but I can do certain things okay. And they bring me pleasure, which is, depending on what it is, it's fine. So there's that. And then here's my first month, which was insane. I did some, how many dots there were, and then I but my very first page, I used some markers. Probably not the best idea. You can still see the months, I can still see the little days behind the months. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It looks cool. We're just gonna go with it. And so this is what bled through, and you can see my letters. Well, you could have seen it on the other page too. But they gradually get smaller because that's just I am. So this is my very first weekly setup. A lot of wasted kind of space. And so, yeah, it's the same stuff. And then I have a single collection that I'm going to be using through the whole book. And then I get into my first, boring journaling. Decided to do, little sticker separations. And then I ended up on an odd number of pages. So I did another little intros, got little introduction, some snowflakes, some little asterisk-y things, some stars. I don't even, it's supposed to be a snowflake, but it looks kind of like a trilobite or a Transformers approximation of a snowflake. And then, of course, there's some clouds up there. And then this is all really super blurry because what I did is I outlined it first in my erasable pen. And then I erased, and then I colored over it like you would with a pencil. And then I tried to erase it. Do not recommend because otherwise you'll get a blurry mess like I did, unless I just did it wrong, which is a complete possibility. So this time I decided to go with some stickers, some lettering stickers, and some little decorations. And then this is my layout. It's slightly different. It's just, lots of the same stuff. And look at that. Look at that wasted space. I didn't have anything. I don't think I had time to write in my school stuff that week. And then more journaling, blah de blah. And then here's March. It looks like it's M-A-A-C-H instead of M-A-R-C-H. Like, this is like the only difference. And it's got like some doodling. I think that's a campfire. That might be a teepee or a tree. I think it would just be supposed to be like a doodle. Some clouds, a little blue lining on that one, little cubies, my little cubes, and my really, my really bad flowers. Then my month layout. I messed up and did 6 days instead of 7. I didn't feel like erasing it because I believe this is my erasable marker or my erasable pen. I don't know though. So I split Saturday and Sunday. And then my notes section, pull yourself together because you screwed this up. So yeah. Then I decided I was going to go with a vertical layout. It didn't really work so well. I have a section for notes, which I also put in the date, reminders, and then my school went across the bottom. I tend to write stuff that's kind of longer. So this really didn't work out for me. I only did it was experimental, so I only did it a couple times. And I kind of tried to continue the theme at the top, at least on that one. Yeah, because I had room. And then I decided I was going to go back because it worked so much better. And there's a little funky decoration. Right, and then we get into the journaling. And then we get into April. April showers bring May flowers, but are they worth it? No. That is my final answer. No. I think this was supposed to be a city skyline, but it just ended up being a bunch of red and pink blocks. And then I wrote April a couple times, even though you can't really tell what it is. Yeah. It's horrible. And then this is the first time that April was the first... I'd had these pens previously, but this is the first time I decided I was going to use the neon kind of pop-in gel pens. Absolutely loved it. Blue is my favorite color, and blue and orange is my favorite color combination. So that's what that is. And then purple goes naturally with blue, so that's my third color there. And then I just used them throughout to do my weekly spreads. I did like a pattern of the different colors, like orange, blue, purple, orange, blue, purple, and then did that through the whole thing. I think I did. I was supposed to. But, maybe it messed up. And then here, it ended with a little space. I just started my journaling on the same page. And then sometimes I do like blue and orange journaling. And then May, I did not do a cover page because I didn't need one. It ended up being on an even number instead of an odd number. And so this was, like I said before, this is the weird one where I did like a thing. So yeah, and then that brings us into, so I kind of colored in here a little bit just to fill up the space. And I did it here with different pins. And then I had a little bit of the really dull ones, and I decided I was going to fill the rest in with the poppin' ones. Great. Great. Yay. So that is my May, and then I got into my journaling, and then you guys already saw June. So that is a flip through of my bullet journal, of its current housing and everything. I thank you so much for watching. I was gonna get, well, my struggle. I was gonna get the one, like, I can't think what they're called now, but the, like, boho berry has, but they were always sold out of that specific color, which is what I had to have. And so I decided I was gonna go with Foxy Fix instead of, I think it's Chic Sparrow. And they sold out of the one I wanted at Foxy Fix too, and then I settled on this one. But I really do recommend them. It's like, I mean, you got this little guy right here, but the stitching is holding up great. I am very rough and tough on stuff. That's why I needed something that was leather. I mean, it's got that good leather smell. It's got great craftsmanship. You can see kind of where wow, my tongue is like blah today. You can kind of see where the elastic lies. It's a little danged up, but it's leather, it'll be fine. But there is this, I think it's probably the way I have it loaded or something, but it does bulge out a little bit. It's probably normal for Traveler's Notebooks. But because this is the first one I've really used extensively, I don't know if it's normal or not, but it's probably just because the knot is so gigantically huge. So, and I could be having it loaded wrong. So anyway, guys, that's a quick look at that. And again, I really do appreciate you joining me. I hope you had a fabulous weekend and that you continue to have a good day. And just remember, hang in there. It'll get better. Bye. Well, sorry. Bye-bye.